What's up, guys? Welcome to another friggin' video. So basically, I woke up like about 1 hour and a half ago and freshened up, got ready, and now I'm about to go ahead and hit the gym. So let's go ahead and do that first, and then we'll talk about the rest of the day. And I've also been planning to, go skating like tonight. So let's see if I'll be able to film that. So without further ado, let's get into the video and hit all the anterior muscles. And I'm still pretty sore from the posterior workout. So let's go ahead and hit the gym first, and then we'll continue. Alright guys, let's get started with today's workout. We went ahead and did some warm-up, some circles around your shoulders, front and back, making sure that we have the momentum, we have the mobility in those muscles, and we stretch those back, stretch that back as well. And then the first exercise, or maybe a warm-up workout that I did for shoulders, was some lateral raises, isolating those specific muscles, first towards the right side, and then we go ahead to the left, and then we jump on to the next superset, that is front raises. Really good exercise for getting the blood flowing in every single muscle. Again, this is a really good exercise, plus it works out a lot of your muscles. It's basically like a compound movement. And then we went ahead and jumped onto a couple of sets of handstand walking. Again, a really good mobility exercise, and to make sure to get those shoulders strengthened, we went ahead and did a couple of sets, and then we just stretch our backs. Really freaking important while you are performing this exercise. And then we went ahead and also did some handstand push-ups, which you'll see in the next clip. There you go. I did a couple of sets as well, so I was pretty freaking tired. I couldn't do go like anymore, and I was pretty freaking dead, bro. And then we jumped onto some muscle ups. Again, a really good exercise for the back mobility and your stretching of the back. Also a compound movement. It also works your chest, it also works your tricep, it works your back, it also works your biceps for that matter, and those shoulders. And then we do some partial dips. Now we go and do the first exercise of today, which was specifically rowing, and we did some first normal grip, and then we went ahead and did some close grip. Here is a different angle, just so you guys, the reason I changed those angles is because to help you see what the entire motion looks like, or basically the range of motion, what the range of motion should be, along with the posture, so that you're doing the exercise in a correct form. And now we just change those grips, go to a more narrower grip, and we continue doing that burnout set. By the way, this is the third set, so every time I change the angle, it's a different exercise or the different set. And the next exercise that we move on to would be for lower back, which is hyperextensions. There are two different ways of performing this exercise. One hits your lower back and the other one hits your glutes. If you keep your back more rounded, it'll hit your glutes, and you gotta be able to push your pelvic area towards the front. That's when you hit your glutes. And if you keep your glutes stiff and also keep your back straight, that targets your lower back, as you guys can see. And then we went ahead and also left the plate on all the exercise, all the sets. We just leave the plate and do some partial reps to get that stretch and burn out the muscle. And then we move on to the next exercise, that is Romanian deadlifts. You can also do this with dumbbells, and you could also do this with some bar. I prefer doing it with the dumbbells because you get the more stability and plus the mobility as well. And then we move on to the next exercise, that would be for triceps, which is skull crushers. But since I did not you know feel it feel like doing the skull crushers with the bar, I went ahead and did it with the dumbbells because it gets just the more range of motion. but with the bar, your head is restricting the motion, so that's why I prefer doing it with the dumbbells. And then the next exercise that we move on to would be some rear delt flies. It's a really good exercise for your rear deltoids, which I pretty much forgot to include in the workout, so I did it later on anyway. And then we move on to the next exercise that is again for your tricep, just to get that more mobility plus the strength training. So I went ahead and did this tricep extensions, but specifically when your elbows are pointed outward. This way you will be able to lift more heavier load. And then we finished off with some calf raises, since we've already been done with the hamstrings, those glutes, those lower back and shoulders, rear delt flies. And we finished off with some basic posing. As you guys know, I'm a really big fan of posing. It just shows you what muscles you need to work on and which specific muscle group you need more of. But specifically in this video, I just realized that I need a lot of muscle mass on every single muscle, and that's what I'm going to be targeting with these workouts. Alright guys, that was an amazing workout. My muscles are pretty much pumped. My posterior, all the muscles are paining like hell, and I'm just waiting for anterior muscles that we're going to be, focusing on. And my back is totally dead. And I also had severe neck pain like for 3 days, and it has been like, coming and then going, coming and going. Just because I'm not used to, sleeping with a pillow, so I sleep without the pillows, and it just makes the neck posture more natural. But the thing is, I sleep the opposite side. So I put my chest towards the bed because that's the time when I feel comfortable. And because of that, my neck posture has been really fucked up, and I have a really severe neck pain. I can't even get myself to, stretch this entirely towards my left side. But the right side's kind of fine, but still it also pains a little. So my phone's battery is about to die. It's about like, I don't know, 18%. And I'm gonna go ahead and charge that. Until then, I'm gonna go ahead and have some calories, spicy fries, like basically salted spicy fries with a burger. I'm gonna go ahead and have this. This entire thing would have like at least 600 to 700 calories. And we also have our protein shake ready, which I made yesterday. So I'm gonna go ahead and have that. And until then, my phone's about to die, so I'll charge that. And once I'm done with that, we'll go ahead and go on the road, hit the road for skating, if I even feel like it. But if I get tired, then let's see what else can we do. Until then, signing off.
One eternity later.
Alright guys, so I'm about to have my next meal of the day, which will be some cheese bread along with some tofu. And we also have the protein shake along with some brownie, which is again in a form of a dessert. This is what I really like to have it sometimes of the week. So I'm just gonna go ahead and have this. I'll also be adding some nuts that I showed you guys in the previous video, if you guys had followed along. So I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this, watch some movie. And I actually didn't feel like, going for skating because it was night and the dogs would be pretty, disturbing me, and I won't be able to skate anyway. So I decided to go to skating in the morning tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy a specific movie, some kind of movie, maybe Mission Impossible. I just had to go ahead and complete the series. I'm still on the Rogue Nation part. I can't say I haven't seen it before. I have, but I'm just trying to refresh my memory and just get back into the storyline. I'm gonna go ahead and watch the final reckoning maybe by tomorrow. So yeah, hopefully I'll do that. And yeah guys, look at the consistency of the protein shake with the brownies. So it has chunks of chocolate as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have this and see you guys tomorrow morning.
2,000 years later.
Alright guys, so as you guys know that I have to go to work at 4 p.m. nowadays. So The thing is that I was supposed to wake up early in the morning, like around 8 9 a.m ish, so that I could go skating. However, I was pretty freaking tired. My back was hurting, my all my muscles, my hamstrings, my calves were hurting, so I didn't feel like going, so I just slept in. And I woke up like at around 3 3-ish, and then I only had like half an hour to get to work, so I went ahead and just made those cheese sandwiches which we ate last night. Then I went to work, and now I just came back. It is nearly about to be 3, and since today I took a half day, so I came back home like at around 12 a.m. And then there's a little change of plans. It's like a sudden plan that I was able to plan a trip I have already packed, and the reason I have packed is because I actually have an unexpected trip that I have to go to, and that would be the next video, so keep an eye out for that and stay tuned, guys. For now, since I came back from work, I want to go ahead and make some sandwiches, which is already ready, and the griller is also hot enough. And I'm gonna go ahead and put these sandwiches, and I'll be right back. All right, guys. So while the sandwiches are being prepared, right there, and those are the skates. Yeah, it looks pretty badass. So I want to show you guys, take a moment, and show you guys as to how I have packed. So I will be having my equipment like the LED light and the stand for my phone in here. I have my wallet ready, just for some identification, and then I have some undergarments in this section which I'm supposed to pack. Thankfully, hopefully I'll remember that by the end of this video. And I also have the things that I'm gonna go ahead and take with me, as in the clothing for the functions. So I have all these socks and some essentials here. I have the belts, I have the mufflers, and I have the handkerchiefs. We have turtlenecks, we have a shirt. We also have two types of pants. It's like one is navy blue and one is black. That's what I've packed. And also, let me show you guys another thing. I have these perfumes right in both those sections. So I'm pretty much all ready, and I want to be going ahead and taking this leather jacket, this bad boy, and I'm planning to wear this on the journey, like while I'm on the road. By the way, I already have booked a ticket for my bus that I'll be going with, so that's gonna be at 4. With that, we are done with this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and stay tuned for the next video, guys. That would be a travel video. So peace out.